slab avalanche can send millions of pounds of snow careening down a slope at speeds better than 100 miles per hour. The force of the slide can break trees like a matchstick, move giant boulders, and bury a skier over 30 feet deep. Join us on Mount Baker as we learn all about the avalanche phenomena and make our own adventure on Trailside.
Trailside is brought to you by Chevy Blazer, encouraging you to find your own little part of the planet. And Pacific Trail, makers of recreational outdoor wear for every family member. Pacific Trail, helping to keep the outdoor enthusiast warm, dry, and outside.
Nestled amongst national forests and North Cascades National Park, Mount Baker's terrain is boundless, offering some of the nation's most invigorating skiing. As more people head out to the backcountry to seek new challenges, they're exposing themselves and others to serious new dangers. On the last Trailside adventure, Mount Baker's pro ski patroller, Josh Evans, taught me how to evaluate avalanches. Today we're going to learn how to perform an avalanche rescue, and then strap on our skis and head out to the backcountry. Morning, Josh.
Morning, Brian. How'd you sleep last night?
Oh, great. You know, with all this snow, we're going to get some great backcountry skiing.
You know, I think we are, but there's something we want to consider. With all that snow, we can be adding stress to the snowpack, which can cause an unstable avalanche situation.
Okay.
What else is the weather doing?
Well, it's windy, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that wind, you know, it can transport snow around, causing a wind slab situation. So that's something we're going to want to evaluate before we head into the backcountry.
Okay.
The forecast is calling for clearing skies, though, so I think we're going to have a pretty good skiing experience.
Hey, that sounds great.
Before we head out there, though, I want to make sure that you know how to rescue me.
All right.
The first step in performing a successful backcountry rescue is understanding the basics of how your transceiver works. So go ahead and grab them out there. You can see that we have a couple different types of transceivers here. But the great thing about modern transceivers is that they operate on the same frequency, meaning your transceiver will pick up mine and mine will pick up yours.
Neat.
So every time before we go out into the backcountry, we make sure our transceivers are turned on, that they're operating properly, and we can just put them inside our coast and forget about them.
Okay.
Until a member of our party is caught in an avalanche. Then each other member pulls out their transceiver, turns it on receive, and starts picking up a signal. So go ahead and hit those red tabs. Great. Now you're picking up my transceiver. The closer you get to me, the stronger that signal is going to get. It's going to beep louder. Further away, it gets quieter.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to work on some basic search patterns that are going to help us to locate our lost companion. I'm going to go bury a transceiver, and you can come find it.
All right.
All right. I set up a transceiver burial scene for you here. What I did is I put a transceiver in a backpack. Made it pretty easy, just a shallow burial. But you'll notice I did trample up the area really good because it's supposed to be like avalanche debris, you know? You can't just walk right to the transceiver in the fresh snow. We want to make it a little harder than that. So go ahead and turn on your transceiver. Okay, great. You're picking up the signal. Go ahead and turn it up just a little bit more. And what you're going to do, just move until the signal gets stronger and stronger. Keep turning it down as we move in, closer and closer. Go ahead and turn it down a little more. A little more. Keep it turning it down. You don't want it that loud. All right, remember there's someone buried here. You're looking for a buried person. You know you're pretty close because you're low on your transceiver setting. Go ahead and go down one more notch. Get in there. Get it close, and then find an X over the area. You want to move back and forth. Exactly. Signal weak, signal strong. Once you have the strongest signal, like right in there, that's where you're going to want to dig. Go ahead and use the shovel. There it is. Great. All right.
That was pretty easy. Yeah.
This one was pretty easy, but we're going to move on to another one where I make it a little bit deeper, steeper slope, more real.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so I've set up a more difficult scene for you here. It's more like a real avalanche slope. It's a lot steeper.
Okay.
The burial is going to be deeper. You're going to need the avalanche probe to find this one because your transceiver isn't going to give you an exact signal of location. So when you get close, you call for the probe. I'll have it ready for you.
All right.
Go get it.
All right.
So it's far away. You can tell because you're turned up all the way, but you don't have the signal yet. All right. Get in there. Remember, somebody's buried. That's it. Get at it. Okay, signal's getting stronger. Turn it down a bit. Getting close. Turn it down. Make your X when you get in close. You turn down all the way.
Yeah.
So now you want to start probing.
That's it. I think I got something. Yeah.
You got it there?
Yeah.
Start digging.
All right.
There it is. Great.
All right. Yeah.
Told you it was deep.
Yeah.
All right. Nice work. Saved my life right there. All right, maybe another one.
Whoa, Josh, take a look at that. Whoa, what did you come off of?
Whoa, that's a cornice there. He just
Wow.
went huge off that cornice.
Yeah.
Lost his ski. Crazy. Wow.
Does that ever start avalanches, a skier coming off a cornice like that?
Well, it can, but the main thing about this is the cornice itself. It's an indicator of wind loading. What it means is that the wind's been blowing over this way a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And that means that there's a lot more snow over on this side of the slope than on the other side, and it can build up into a wind slab like I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
see that.
Something else, look at this snow. Remember that squeeze test?
Yeah.
Good snowball snow right here.
Yeah,
You
now
know-
it's getting compacted.
Well, you know what it is? The sun. The sun's coming down, it's warming it up and starting to melt it down.
Yeah?
So that's kind of why we need to always keep reevaluating snowpack conditions.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Remember, your first step, nice and easy, about 8 inches below the line. I'm marking the line right here. Okay, good. That's perfect. So we know it's not a R1. It didn't fail when we excavated it.
Okay.
We know it's not an R2. It didn't fail when you stepped on it. Now let's see a deep knee bend.
All right, ready?
Ready. Okay, it kind of almost started to move there, it looked like. So on this next one, go ahead and give it one hop in that exact same place. There it goes. That's slabbing off right there. So with your next hop, that whole block's going to come right off of there. Go ahead and give it. There it goes. Great. A little bit of instability there. We're going to have to stay on some lower angle terrain today, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. It took quite a bit of force to get it going. It was an R5. So let's go do the ultimate stability test. Lay some tracks.
You bet. All right, let me get the pack on and we're ready to go.
Well, why don't you just take a minute and throw your coat on?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
As hot as it is?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if you're caught in an avalanche? Wouldn't you want to have that on?
Oh, yeah.
We do a lot of backcountry rescues around here, and one of the things we find over and over again is people just aren't dressed right for the environment. You know, they get hypothermic, stuff like that. Don't want that to happen to you.
No, not at all. After I took that tumble, I realized how protective this jacket really was.
Yeah, packed in everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, this is what we came for. Let's get it.
Go for it.
This is the real deal here. It's really steep, deep powder, some wind crust. We're really going to have to focus on your technique here. You're going to need to keep your weight back, keep your tips up. Kind of get into a bouncing rhythm. Try and stay light as you go down. Okay, so you think you got it? If you get into trouble, just make a traverse. You can always traverse out, back and forth. You can always do that. Main thing is try and keep your skis on.
Will do.
All right.
All right, I'm following you.
Spot me. I'm going to wait for you on the knoll.
You shred them, I'll thread them.
Great. Like me there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
On my head, though.
Oh, that was great. I do those all the time. At least you didn't go over the rocks there. That one deserves a high five.
Boy, I tell you what, when I was tumbling down that slope, it almost felt like I was in an avalanche. All that powder all around me.
Yeah, exactly. Just really out of control, huh?
Yeah.
And that's a lot like what it feels like to be in an avalanche. You're just out of control. It's a lot of force, a lot of power going on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been in a couple myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's really no fun. But if you are ever caught in an avalanche, there's a few things you want to do that'll help you out. Number one thing is yell. Give me a yell. Let me know you're in trouble. Otherwise, I might not be watching you. I might not know anything's going on.
All right.
The next thing you want to do is fight, swim, try and stay out of it. Just get to the side if you can, grab onto a tree, whatever it takes.
Okay.
And then, have you ever gone river rafting before?
Sure.
You know how the swimmer in the water position?
Oh, yeah, with your feet down and swimming backwards.
Exactly. So you're looking down. You can see obstacles coming. Your feet are taking the brunt of whatever's coming up.
All right.
So you really want to be focused on that. And then when things come to a stop, you want to think about getting some sort of airspace in case you're under there for a little bit. Pushing a hand up in front of your face, getting somewhere for the air to move. And then as well, with your other hand, pushing it to the surface, just really getting it up there. Because there's no easier way to find somebody than with a visual clue. And you know, if they can see your gloves sticking up, that's a whole lot easier. Don't even have to pull out the transceiver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. So we'll try and avoid that situation, but...
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Great.
Tell me, Josh, what's the difference between a ski patroller and a pro patroller?
Well, pro ski patroller just means professional ski patroller. Other than that, our jobs are a lot alike. Going out in the morning, making sure the hill's safe, marking hazards, checking out rope lines, stuff like that. Just making sure it's safe for the public.
Okay.
And then if there's accidents on the hill, first aid type stuff, transporting
yeah.
injuries to the aid room and all that. The real difference between a pro ski patroller and a volunteer ski patroller is avalanche control.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite part of the job.
Sure. Tell me about avalanche control.
Well, it's pretty fun. We go out on the hill early in the morning, evaluate avalanche instability, see what's going on, just really checking to see if there's a hazard out there. We want to do this really early in the morning before other skiers are out on the hill. And a couple different ways that we can take care of these avalanches if there is a hazard is to, A, ski check. And ski checking just means that you go in and hit a slope really hard, right in just the right place and cause it to avalanche. It's that whole idea that the weight of a skier can cause an avalanche.
Sure.
The thing is knowing the right place to hit the slope.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just too hazardous to do that. There'll be a lot of cliffs below you. If you were to make a mistake and get caught in that avalanche, it would just be way, way too dangerous. So in those sort of situations, we'll put in an explosive hand charge. And you just drop it in there, and when it goes off, it sends the avalanche down the hill.
Yeah.
And then on a really similar principle is a tool we use called an avalauncher, which is really just a big gun.
Yeah.
It shoots an avalauncher projectile a long distance away. We use that when it's someplace we can't really get to otherwise. We can't ski in there. It's just not practical to try and get there. We don't have time for a lot of that sometimes. So we'll shoot this avalauncher projectile over the slope. The impact of the projectile will trigger an avalanche, meaning that when a skier gets on the slope later in the day, it won't avalanche on them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Keep in mind that this is all inbound sort of stuff. We don't do that out of bounds. On the out of bounds, you're still on your own.
So I guess it's a matter of personal responsibility.
That's it. Bounce! Bounce! Wait, there you go. That's it. Bounce. Perfect. Nice. Keep your weight back. Weight back.
Wow! I'm doing so good, too.
You're doing great. Bounce, bounce. Yeah.
Yeah!
It's coming together.
I just got a little hot.
Yeah, you just got to get into the rhythm there. You got.
I know, I got out of that
You had the
bounce.
bounce you started, but you got to stay with it. Just get into it and feel it all the way down.
I know
Just feel it all the way down.
So key to it. It's that rhythm.
Now you're air
In that
conditioned.
bounce. Oh, yeah.
You're looking good though. Pull it together, yeah! Be strong, stay back.
What'd I do wrong?
Gotta stay back, way
Stay
back.
All right.
No matter what happens, if you feel like you're getting in trouble, throw your weight back and just sit down. There you go, bounce, bounce, keep your weight back. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spot me. sunrise. Work it through the sunlight.
That was my plan.
Mix it up. Rhythm, focus. Yeah.
Some amazing terrain in the backcountry. I mean, I think there's something out here for just about everybody.
There really is. I mean, there's terrain of every ability level out here. The main thing to keep in mind is the snowpack, and that someone in your party has a really good sense of avalanche awareness and can do stability and snowpack tests. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself in trouble.
Sure, yeah.
So now that we want to ski a different aspect, we're going to need to do another stability test.
All right.
Let's go. Okay, we're getting a bit of a failure. Hit it again and it's going to shear off of there. So we know it's not an R5. Now you're going to jump on it 3 times really hard. We see what happens.
Okay.
There she goes. So you can see we have 2 of the 3 components of the avalanche triangle. What's missing here is it's just not steep enough to slide. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is stay on similar low-angle terrain.
Sure.
But other than that, I feel good about it. How about you?
Well, let's ski it.
Great.
That is definitely steep. So Josh, tell me about how close I am to starting an avalanche here. I mean,
well, the thing to keep in mind is I really want you to hang back there as I cross this slope right here.
Yeah?
So we're not both on the same slope at the same time in case it were to avalanche.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and come across.
All right. Now I can really see why we do the roof block tests, because you know, it seems like as you compact, if it was a 1 or a 2, just this right here,
right out. Yeah.
We'd be sliding down, yeah.
Definitely. Find it, focus, strong, strong. Nice. Yeah, big turn. Big turns are where it's at.
The backcountry is an unpredictable environment in constant flux. Everyone who enters the backcountry should assume a personal responsibility to know how to differentiate between a safe run and a deadly one. I'd like to thank Josh for his instruction and his guidance to some of the best runs on the mountain. Without a doubt, this is the most amazing alpine experience in my life. We're going to get a couple more runs in, but we'll see you on the next trail side.
To order home videos of this or any other Trailside program, or to order a Trailside guidebook, call 1-800-TRAILSIDE. Members of the Trailside Nature Club enjoy travel and merchandise discounts, plus a free Trailside home video or guidebook. To join, call 1-888-52-TRAIL. Trailside is brought to you by Chevy Tahoe, encouraging you to find your own little part of the planet. And Pacific Trail, makers of recreational outdoor wear for every family member. Pacific Trail, helping to keep the outdoor enthusiast warm, dry, and outside.